UFC Fight Night Bautista vs Oliveira goes down this Saturday at the Apex. The Apex, I mean, we haven't been there for 8 weeks. I'm getting kind of emotional. I've missed it that much. We want the Apex back. We want the Apex every week. We don't want these numbered cards. We want the Apex cards. Nevertheless, in this video, I'm going to break down the entire card, top to bottom, give my picks, and I'll tell you who I think is going to win each fight. First fight of the night. Sagula versus Cahuea, man. Sagula, beautiful Polish woman against the manly looking, I don't know, I'm gonna assume she's Brazilian here, Cahuea. I'm gonna assume she's Brazilian. This is honestly a great fight start. Two amazing fights here. We are excited for this. I don't know, I don't care. I saw the only thing I know about Capoeira is she got highlight reel by Jocelyn Edwards and embarrassing looking KO loss. So I will pick Sagula to win a boring decision, 29-28. Moving on. Gaffarov versus Wicklacz. No, that's a bit serious now. This is actually a good fight. Bantamweight division, man. This guy, Gaffarov, typical Middle Eastern fighter, staying very active in our last fight, UFC 311. So this guy's incredibly active. It's Jacob Wicklacz here, coming off of a win against the GOAT. Don't know why the UFC cut this guy, Patchy Mix. Why the fuck did they cut him? Incredible fighter, Patchy Mix. Anyway, I do believe Gaffarov will win a decision here. I think his grappling ability is elite. And I think we saw Patchy Mix get takedown on Wicklacz. Wicklacz is long for the division, but all he seemed to do in that Patchy Mix fight was just throw up weird looking guillotines and arm bars. You're not going to sub Gaffarov with an armbar or a guillotine. I mean, he absolutely dominated Rinya Nakamura, I'm pretty sure that's his name. In his debut at UFC 311. He seems to be a good prospect, coming off 2 good KO wins. I do believe Gaffarov gets it done by decision. Wicklacz is a goofy fighter, but nevertheless another Polish warrior. Many of them in the UFC, and another one later on in this card. I got so far Sagula decision and Gaffarov decision. 2 incredible fights to start the card off, man. Lots of finishes, lots of action. It's a fucking banger, kid. You gotta watch this fight, kid. Moving on. Wang Kong versus Souza. I don't know a lot about Souza. I do know Wang Kong. She does look like Hyung Min Son. Bit. She has shorter hair. I think she has the striking advantage on the feet, and I think she coasts her way to another decision victory. Lots of finishes so far in this card. I believe will happen. She'll outclass her on the feet. She's faster on the feet. Chop up the leg, as Joe Rogan would love to see. Obviously, Joe Rogan loves the Apex, and he thinks that's the best place for a fight man. But you never commentate on an Apex card. Nevertheless, I got Wang Kong by decision. Again, another decision. Talking of decisions, another boring bum here, Bashrat, aka Ricky Simone victim, fighting the local barber Vasquez on short notice. Another boring fight. I think Bashrat probably win a decision or get a sub in the first or second. This guy Bashrat is a fucking dog. Boring fighter. That's the closest way to a decision. Obviously, he got brutally KO'd by Ricky Simone. I mean, that's not embarrassing. Losing to Ricky Simone, or losing the way he did, not a good look. I got Bashrat winning this fight. No, we don't know we don't know a lot about Vasquez. I think Bashrat gets it done by a sub in the second. Next up, Bruna Brazil versus Ketlin Souza. We do not fuck with Bruna Brazil. She's a Gene Silver affiliate, Fighting Nerds affiliate. We do not fuck with the Fighting Nerds. The only Fighting Nerd we fuck with now is Mauricio Ruffi because he's no longer a Fighting Nerd. Bruna Brazil is affiliated with John Silver, and we will officially root against her in every single fight for the rest of her career, same as all of Gene Silver and his teammates. So I'm going to pick Ketlin Souza to get it done here. Bruna Brazil's a bit of a bum herself. They're both. This is pretty low. I don't know why this is so high on the card. Why is Gaffarov Wiklach not higher up for this shit? But obviously Bruna Brazil beat on her opponent. She beat up Molly McCann, lad. You know, she beat up Molly McCann. Fucking brutal loss for Molly McCann. And she beat up Shauna Bannon from Ireland. And you know, two very low level women. But Bruna Brazil's UFC level, obviously. Hold on a minute. She lost to Wang Kong. And she's fighting ahead of Wang Kong on the card. Wow. Smart matchmaking placement on the card. I know Souza's coming off of 2 losses, but these are both pretty shit. I think Souza can get it done. Gonna get it done. By decision. 30-27, probably 29-28. Boring. Moving on now. Nikolai Vakretinov versus Nico Price. Great fight in the welterweight division. I wish that was the case. That's why it's on this card in the prelims. This is a pretty low level fight. As in Nico Price is about 58 years old. About 70 kids, so no doubt why he's still fighting. Give me Vakretinov by TKO in the second. I think Price's chin's gone. I don't think Nikolai Vakretinov is that good himself. I don't know why they're giving him this sort of fight. This is a fight you give a prospect, really. But nevertheless, give me Vakretinov by TKO in the second. Vakretinov's not greatest, but he's got enough to beat a guy like Nico Price. Washed Nico Price. Talking of washed, Alex Morono versus Donchenko. Now this is the type of opponent Nico Price should be getting. Just feeding him. This is a free win for Donchenko. Give me him KO round 1 against Morono. Morono's chin looks gone. I mean, if you look at Morono, if you was not a hardcore fan like I am, obviously, because we all love these Apex cards, you wouldn't think Morono is a UFC fighter. Just looking at him, you think he's, Morono. It's just Morono. That it's just the average guy, works out a little bit, fluffy build kind of, and not Anthony Hernandez, the guy that Strickland's going to dog walk. I mean, fluffy is in there, a bit fat, Look at the side by side here in this picture, Donchenko, ripped, shredded, muscle, veins everywhere, pores. Yeah, anyway, good prospect from Ukraine, 1-0 in the UFC. Give me him, on me. Give me him by KO in the first. And this is where Morono either retires or gets cut by the UFC. And if Donchenko loses, that's fucking embarrassing. Now on to the main card. Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. Typical low-level light heavyweight fight. But the only difference here, in my opinion, is Dustin Jacoby has KO power. Julius Walker doesn't. And Julius Walker last time out went life and death with Rafael Kakera. Every other fighter Rafael Kakera's fought has literally busted him up, finished him within about 2 minutes. I mean, we saw that some Russian guy on the Abu Dhabi card dust him up about 20 seconds with the first combo through. So Julius Walker, that's not a good look. I know it. Who did he make his debut? He made his debut against someone and looked half decent, but I can't get that fight out of my head how bad he looked against Rafael Kakera. Yeah, give me Dustin Jacoby with a big left hook KO in the second. It'll be pretty boring first. They'll just be trying to find the range. Julius Walker won't want to. Maybe Julius Walker could look to wrestle Dustin Jacoby here. Jacoby has a big advantage in that power, so Walker won't want to be exchanging like a madman. He won't want that Charles Oliveira game plan against Poirier. He just swings in the pocket, chin in the air. Jacoby will find it. He's a crafty unk, 37, still going strong. I believe he'll get a KO here and knock out Julius Walker. Next fight. Another one of the Bashrat brothers. This one is still undefeated. taking on a newly non-undefeated guy, Gene Masamuto. Obviously, sad for Gene Masamuto. He lost to the crafty Unk himself, Rob Font. Not a bad loss. Rob Font is known for being a gatekeeper to that top 10 for checking these young and up-and-comers like Masamuto. But I think Masamuto, young guy, 27, that pressure of being undefeated's gone. I think he'll go out there. I think he'll KO Basharat in the second. I think Masamuto's slick, dynamic on the feet. He's kind of like Diego Lopez. He's willing to take one to give one. Very fast on the feet. Obviously, he's the shorter guy here. So if he can avoid the takedowns of Basharat, because Basharat will probably look to take him down here. Masamuto will have the advantage on the feet, and I think he'll find the chin of Basharat, and he will be the first guy to defeat Basharat ever, let alone in the UFC. And Masamuto, young guy, plenty of time left. I think he can go on another run, get another maybe 1-2 more wins, and look to get him back in the rankings. Had a very good fight with Rob Font, very close fight. A lot of people believe he won it. I mean, I think it was close. Maybe Rob Font did edge it a little bit towards the end of the fight. Just showed that crafty vet cardio. But yeah, this should be a good fight. I think Masamuto will find the chin of Basharat though and put him away. Next up, legendary Polish power, legendary Polish guy Mikhail Oleksiejczuk versus Barrio, crafty Canadian hunk Barrio. People forget, man, that man nearly KO'd Sharat Magomedov. Nevertheless, give me Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Find that chin in the second. He's a new improved fighter now, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I fuck with Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I think he's the faster guy on the feet. I think he'll go out there, find the chin in the second. You can even look to take Barrio down here. Barrio obviously has a weakness in the grappling. Oleksiejczuk's been training with the fighting nerds, improving. Looking at he's hitting his second peak. He had a decent start to his career in the light heavyweight, moved down. Smart, real smart fighters move gyms when they're kind of, Oleksiejczuk was looking kind of mid, looking on the verge of getting cut. Obviously that. They've both lost to Shara. They've both had some bad performances in their career, but I think Oleksiejczuk's going to get the better of Barrio here. Barrio getting older on the way out. I think Oleksiejczuk puts him down with a straight right down the middle, follows up with some ground and pound, and gets that second round TKO win. Headlining the main card, a feature fight even. This should be the co-main event, I believe. Well, I suppose I can see why they're not put Almeida Kunyev on the co-main, because they both had stinkers in the last fight, really. Almeida Kunyev got fat blob wrestler versus jacked wrestler. Obviously, you would look at these two guys here. Hold on, look at these two guys here for me, Almeida and Kunyev. Which one do you think has tested positive for steroids? Yeah, you'd be incorrect. It's Rizvan Kunyev. Rizvan Kunyev obviously tested positive for steroids. I mean, what a surprise. Who would ever think a Russian fighter would test positive for steroids? These Russians never do steroids. It's weird to see, honestly. I didn't expect to see that bit of news. But obviously, you can tell he looked jacked in the PFL and on the regional scene. Comes into the U, gets caught on them, and immediately looks flabby afterwards. Onto the fight though now, instead of mocking his appearance and drug use as always. I think Almeida gets a sub in the second. Well, I'm assuming he's gonna up the intensity here. Got a lot of shit for that Volkov fight, and rightfully so. I mean, it depends how you score fights. If you're scoring fights off of control and wrestling, then Almeida beat Volkov. If you're scoring it off of damage, then Volkov won, because Almeida did well to get the takedowns and control him, but 0 damage was landed, and I'm sure he would have gone away in the training camp for this one. On a short notice, I forgot. Almeida stepped in on short notice here. So he's doing the UFC favours, doing good deeds to get back in their good books. I don't think if he beats Kunyev, he'll get the title shot. Honestly, I think Almeida will go out there. It'll be a boring fight first round. I think he'll shoot a takedown. Kunyev will defend it. Barely in his face. It'll be a low output on the feet, a couple of leg kicks, a couple of jabs. Kunyev might bob in and miss. Almeida's faster, slip out of the way of it. Second round will start. Almeida will clinch him up against the fence, get a nice little trip, put him on his belly. Not in his belly, put him on his back. And then latch up. A rear naked choke when Kunyev tries to get up. Almeida, you could say he's like the Arman Saruki in the heavyweight. Probably does deserve a title fight, but won't get it because he's out of favour with UFC, and rightfully so. He's had boring fight after boring fight, let's be honest. Got rocked on the feet by Sergey Spivak. Curtis Blades is KO'd him. I mean, Kunyev beat Curtis Blades, so who knows, but I think Almeida is on that top 5 of the heavyweight division. I think he'll get the round 2 sub here against Kunyev, get himself back towards that title. Co-main event. Co-main event. Co-main event. We got Amir Albazi taking on Haraguchi. Co-main event. Co-main event. How is Albazi in the top 5? How is Albazi in the top 5? Name me one good Albazi win by Caracal France. Yeah, that says it all. And he didn't even really beat Kai Kara France. No, it's like, what the hell is the elephant doing at the top of the tree here? Horiguchi's gonna go out there and smoke him. I'm assuming this is 3 rounds. I don't think it's 5. If I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this will be 3. I think Horiguchi wins, I'll just say that now. I'm just trying to think of how he wins stuff. Fuck. Give me Horiguchi by decision. I think Albazi's too durable. Fuck, thought someone just touched my back there. Must be John Silver and his gang getting their get back from my comments. I do got Horiguchi by decision here. People are overrating him a bit here though. You know, he did beat Taguero and Bekov, you know. Taguero and Bekov isn't that good. But I do think Horiguchi gets the better out of Albazi. Whether he goes any further from Albazi, that's a completely different matter. But I think he gets past Albazi. He'll defend the takedowns Albazi shoots at him and keep it on the feet. Without William Albazi. May even get the late TKO stoppage, similar to his Ulanbekov fight. Honestly, this is pretty much a carbon copy of the Ulanbekov fight, with just a tiny bit better opponent, Albazi. Obviously, it could be a disadvantage to Horiguchi that they're the same height here. Obviously, Ulanbekov's about 7 foot in the flyweight division. You know, Dagestanis really do like to fight at their natural weight class. They don't cut any weight. That's why I have some respect for them. They don't like cutting weight. Just like Vinicius Oliveira, who we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, Horiguchi, better fighter on the feet. You know, chatting major shit about Pantoja, which I quite like. Find it quite funny as their teammates, and I think it's mutual respect. You know, it's not fuck you Pantoja. I want to beat. It's like I want to beat Pantoja. I have respect for Pantoja. I want to beat Pantoja, and that mindset will take you far in the sport. But yeah, I got Horiguchi by. Fuck it, I'll say round 3 TKO. He'll outwork Albazi, break him mentally, physically. Get a late stoppage, just like he did against Ulanbekov. Main event. Main event. 2 bad men thrown down in Apex. Main event. Got Vinicius Oliveira taking on Mario Bautista, number 18, number 12. Who will win? I don't know. I got Bautista, man. Bautista for the win. Who is Vinicius Oliveira beating that's good to give him this level of hype? He's getting the Peyton Talbot hype here. Vinicius Oliveira went to war with Kyler Phillips, war with Said Nurmagomedov, who isn't that good. Obviously he got that highlight reel KO against Brahamaj, but Brahamaj is shit. And obviously it's a good KO, but do it. Go out there, do it to Bautista, and I'll give you credit. You won't do that though. Bautista's a fucking dog. One of the most underrated guys in the division. I've always loved Bautista. However, he did rob Aldo at a close fight with Umar. Obviously, only guy to really hurt Umar in the UFC by obviously Marab in that fight. Crafty knee up the middle. He was competitive in that fight with Umar Nurmagomedov, so you can't compare the caliber of opponents these two have faced. I know that's not how MMA works. I know you can't just base a fight off their opponents because Vinicius Oliveira's not had that chance to prove himself. But I have got Bautista winning by round 4 TKO. Bit of ground and pound will take him down, flatten him out, land a couple of elbows. Vinicius Oliveira will cover up, and then just a couple of hammer fists to seal the deal. I think Vinicius Oliveira will go out there fast to start. I think he will drop Bautista in round 1, but Bautista will recover, get to his feet. He's got a very good distance control. Obviously, I thought that Oliveira was much bigger than Bautista, but it turns out they're similar height. I think the speed advantage will be similar, but I do think Oliveira will catch him, put him down in the first. Bautista will recover. It'll be a crafty fight. Crafty? No, it won't be a crafty fight. It'll be a close fight round 2 and 3. Bautista will cut him open. Nice little elbow or something on the feet. A little cut on his eye. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Then he'll get the takedowns. And put him away with a bit of ground and pound. Will get his chance to fight another top 5 opponent, probably. Vinicius Oliveira is a highly hyped guy. This is why they're giving him a fight like this, because I don't really think the UFC like Bautista. To be fair, he's pretty boring, robbed. Bautista's alright. I don't think he gets anywhere near the belt, but I think he gets past Vinicius Oliveira. So, that's my thoughts on the card. Let me know yours in the comments. Please drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I post on TikTok, Twitter, same name, Dilly MMA. Drop a follow, like my posts, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you've made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching.